and welcome back, Anime Lately watchers and listeners. That's right, it is your favorite squad of ninja back at it again to review the latest chapter of Boruto, the Next Generation. Today we're talking chapter 44, and let me tell you, we got some information here. So with me, as always, Miguel, the ninja who ain't ready to win ya. Para is here with me, and then Sam, the man with all the scrolls, the Manga Man. What's up, boys? How you doing?
I'm doing good. I'm happy to talk about Boruto, and it's amazing with the informational chapter. Even though not like action, so much information we got a big dose of it. So I'm very excited.
Have these. Yeah,
I'm really excited about that.
Yeah.
Sam, how you feeling?
I'm good. I'm actually multitasking right now, but hey, like who isn't multitasking these days?
But I mean, somebody's got to be making money while we're doing this. Yeah.
A lot of confirmation information as well, which is cool. And definitely for sure. I can't wait to talk about this. It's a lot that we need to do to talk about this.
I mean, so let's just kind of jump right into it from the start. So last chapter, our team was, including Kawaki, was successful in rescuing our boy Naruto. Yay. And Naruto wakes up in the hospital like, hey, what? I'm alive? But surrounded by his family, which was adorable. And, you know, he's kind of like, you know, trying to figure out what happened. And it's like, oh, yeah, no, you're good. And Boruto's like, yeah, you're fine. You know, we see Boruto like completely okay. But the last time we saw Boruto, he was looking completely different. So
and possessed by somebody else, but we'll talk about that in a few. But I want to give a quick shout out to the color page of Boruto that they always look so good, and they have improved. And to see the color page of Boruto with Momoshiki's horn is so good. So I want to give that quick shout out for the color page. Looks so amazing.
It looks awesome. You're right. I like it. I can't wait for that to be in the anime.
By year 2025, yeah.
But then we get kind of back and forth between seeing Naruto in the hospital and Kawaki in the hospital. But we get some really good information from the doctor about Kawaki's body and how it's actually slowly breaking down due to the connection with the prosthetic that they provided him connected via Naruto's chakra.
Yeah, of course. Is not connecting very well with his body, with the prosthetic arm of Naruto and his blood vessels. So that's maybe another reason why we have the Dr. Amado come in also to help Kawaki, you know, to actually help him, you know, get back together, because the fight against Boro was, you know, hard for the Team 7 and Kawaki as a group. So that's why he's really affected right now for that.
But so Boruto's like, hey, Kawaki, dad's awake, blah, blah, blah. And then Shikamaru goes to see Naruto and kind of explains the situation to him and say, hey, yo, this ain't good. This is all bad.
Like, it's just like old times when we were kids. And
I love that.
Sometimes Naruto's a little bit too like, oh, it's gonna be fine. And I'm like, no, you almost died. Okay, you literally went and got captured.
Like, literally, our like teachers and grown-ups are all like, yeah, so this is how they feel. Damn, we were horrible kids.
Yeah, it's like we were terrible. Yeah, they were horrible. But it's basically Shikamaru basically breaks down. It's like, yo, Jigen can break in anytime with Kawaki's karma. We learned that. Like, he can show up from that karma anywhere. So we have to really keep a tight watch on Kawaki, or else like we're gonna be in the same situation over and over again.
But with that type of conversation with what happened with Naruto and Shikamaru, it kind of relates to Naruto always tries to be the optimistic, tries to make jokes during the dry type of situation right now they're in. He tries to make some joke like, hey, it's just like when we were kids, when, you know, what happened with Sasuke, you know, we just a bit older, we went to go and, you know, save him. So it's something that Naruto tries to be the optimistic one, and Shikamaru is the reason why he's his right-hand man, is to help him make those type of decisions. Like, hey, you know, as much as we were dumb as kids, we have to be the older ones and make sure that these kids don't do what we did as our mistakes.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like, as the Hokage, I get it. Like, that's how he keeps people kind of like, you know, feeling all right about what's happening, which I respect that. It's good. It's a good leadership quality to have.
It's also to confirm that these kids are technically stronger than we were when we were kids. Also.
I ain't gonna say all that. I ain't gonna say all that. Nope.
But
hey, you know, they're kids but still strong, but they're not strong as the parents back then, because, like, for example, we had our boy Boruto, you know, being a vessel, and the conversation with Sasuke and Sarada, and also with Mitsuki was very interesting, and fascinating how it turned around with Mitsuki saying, "Hey, Sasuke, let's have our own private conversation because I got to tell you about this."
So
And he
I will
said
say that they are smarter than them when they were kids.
Yes.
Absolutely. They're much smarter. I'll absolutely say that because Mitsuki basically had a whole like post-battle breakdown of what happened. Like
he said that, yo, I heard the information from the ear saying my snake ears heard it. He said Momoshiki is the vessel for Boruto. I'm like, oh, so Sasuke said, yeah, I had a thought about that, but now it makes sense because that was my theory when I saw Jigen as well. And we also learned that Jigen could be a vessel for somebody else.
And this is really important. This here is like, it said it looked like Jigen himself was a vessel for yet another being, which got me to thinking that we are actually, there's like, maybe the Ten Tails has a true form that we haven't heard or seen about yet that they're trying to achieve.
Maybe that's what,
because we know that Jigen absorbs the energy from the Ten Tail just so he can maintain his form, this form that we have now, the Oshitsuki, his form.
Okusuki?
Sure, yeah.
And now, well, we know Kawaki is also a vessel too. So now, like, we're thinking, like, are they both within the same vessels for this higher being?
So I think that Jigen created Kawaki to prevent himself from being used as a vessel. Like he keeps buying time.
Yeah.
By creating new vessels.
I could definitely
to make it harder to become the vessel for whatever is trying to make him a vessel. Does that make sense?
I could definitely see that because I don't see it because he's a villain. He doesn't want to die. He doesn't
Exactly.
want some other being to take control of him and take his body and minds. Like, you know what? I'll use Kawaki as a substitute so you get a better body, or maybe not the best body, but as long as you're not going to be killing me, I don't care what's going on.
I have another weird theory about Jigen real quick. Just real quick, Miguel.
Yeah.
Y'all know a little bit about Devil May Cry 5, right?
Yes.
Okay, well, this is going to be a spoiler for Devil May Cry 5 for the people who are watching and like, what the heck?
It's been a year and the game is good.
Well, actually, so what I'll say is there's a certain character that's been split into two characters, and they don't know that they're two separate characters. What if this is what's happening with Jigen and Kawaki? They're one of the same character, actually, and they're not actually vessels, but like they're just two separate beings that could be one being again.
I could see that, but it's
because that's
weird where Jigen is a grown ass man and Kawaki's like a kid.
I mean, we've seen it happen before.
Yeah, it's possible,
because technically, what happened with Naruto and Sasuke, they are kind of the vessel of Kaguya. What happened with generations after with the first Hokage and plus also Madara, like they're the next generation of what happened with Naruto and Sasuke. So I could see where you're coming from because Kaguya, she has her own clan of the Okutsuki. So that's where we're right now with Jigen and with these people of the Kara. So this is probably what's connected with the 10 tails that we find out at the end of the chapter. So it's all coming together, connecting very slowly with this past 44 chapters. Maybe that's what the end goal is.
Maybe. I don't know. But let's go back to before Mitsuki's and Sakura's not Sasuke's conversation. Let's go back now to our Karma members and a little bit of something that happened there, because this is really important.
It's interesting.
So Koji, and I'm going to call him the evil doctor because we have a good doctor now and an evil doctor. The good doctor and the bad doctor. So Koji and the bad doctor, as we saw in the last panels of the last chapter, are hatching a plan to take down Jigen. And now we have here the Koji he summons a toad and is giving him instructions. So he's like, wait, they're talking about a specific experiment or some work that they're going to do, but he says that it can be done using their equipment. And I'm like, so what? But what does that mean? Like, we're trying to figure out what they're actually trying to do. I really do think that they're trying to awaken something in Kawaki potentially.
So my guess, they're either using either all three of them or one of them or two of them. So it's either Kawaki, Boruto, and Naruto. Because Naruto has something to do with it because he has a tail beast of the jerky. So something has to be do with that. And with Boruto having a karma with Momoshiki and with Kawaki being a vessel. So either of these three is being used or one or the other or both. So that's my guess with the experiment that Ray just said. That's my, I guess,
he's not
theory.
lacking in any of the ninja scientific tools.
No.
He's packing. He's armed.
This man is the
everything.
James Bond of scientific ninja tools.
And by the way he walks too, he has the glasses that go to
He's cool as shit.
He
Yeah.
could detonate a bomb without even needing to press
That
a button
too.
or
Oh my
switch.
God.
He just
So
literally voice
so
command
before we
everything.
get there, so before they can leave, because obviously they're, he's sending the doctor somewhere. Delta shows up, and Delta, looking thick as usual, is like, "Hey, where y'all going?" And Koji's like, "Hey, I'm gonna deal with her." And the doctor's like, "Nah," and he just says, "Time to go to sleep, Delta," and she literally just shuts down.
And
Like,
then I love the
turns off.
expression of Koji. He said, that seems to be an emergency shutdown code. I suspect something have been similar program, and then he knows that to himself and to the other camera members. I'm like, that's interesting. So Amado is the one that has done to everyone. So the evil doctor, he's one intelligent ass motherfucker.
He's been thinking. He has his own end game, and I've kind of figured that from the start.
Yeah,
is that he had his own plans, and it's just that something with Jigen he doesn't really have that much control over
or trust.
Yeah. So he obviously wouldn't be doing what he's doing if he didn't have because he obviously does not have this level of control over Jigen, or else he wouldn't be doing what he's doing. That's what I'm thinking.
He has control with all the other like, cyborgs and clones and stuff.
Yep.
But now, what's weird is they were working together in a way, or
yes.
Jigen was
So
using
we found
him.
out that they've been that's what we're going to find out.
Yeah.
Like he was working with Jigen to get some information, but Jigen was also using him to get what he wanted, and yeah.
Maybe he sees that Jigen is getting too powerful, and he needs to take things in his own hands.
Well, and that's why I feel like we are where we are.
Yep.
But moving forward, so Koji does a reverse summoning, which I don't know if I think we've only ever seen that once before. They reverse summon the toad back to the village. Cool. Hidden Leaf, we're back again. And I'm like, all right, this place is really important for something. But we see Koji walking back into the cave, and that's the last we see of him this chapter. So we just talked about Sasuke and Mitsuki's conversation about Momoshiki and them.
Yep.
I mean, there is a bit with Sarada who's worried about Boruto, but I'm like, whatever.
Like, what the hell can you do? You can't do much.
I mean, she can do a lot, but like,
yes.
It's like, I'm sorry. I don't, at this point, this is just kind of a throwaway confirming she really cares about Boruto. Like, I'll get it. Okay, cool.
But then what was interesting about the evil doctor that already said, call name, is that he saw the Ino Shika show. I think that's
he seems to have a lot of information within the Leaf.
He's got a lot, but not just about the history.
Of the characters, the names,
of the people, and I'm like, but why do you know this much about that specific formation? And now I'm gonna drop it on you.
All right, so Ray had a theory behind the scenes.
What if
for the first time?
What if this guy, this doctor, found and saved? So I'm talking about Amato. What if Amato found and saved? Do you remember a little Akatsuki member by the name of Hidan?
Hidan, yeah, the guy that can die.
The guy that couldn't die?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you remember that when they did the reincarnation jutsu during the Fourth Ninja War that he was not there?
That is true.
What if Hidan has some connection to this? Because he shows up and Hidan is the reason why they know so much. I don't know if he's the doctor.
I can see,
but he comes and he asks for Shikamaru specifically.
That is because he is the one that killed him.
Shikamaru is the one who
Naruto was like in commission because he thought that they didn't think that they can handle Burrow. And like that's why he went to the second in command. You asked for Shikamaru though instead. That's what.
True, but
he also knew about this formation.
Shika Joe, and that is the same. And that is the same formation that they did against, that they used against Hidan and the other dude that has the, the more heads and stuff. So that's interesting, actually. Well, that's a good possible theory.
Sure you would, and like a good smart villain would automatically ask for Shikamaru because he is the full brains, even though if Naruto is the Hokage of the village.
I still think this was stupid of them to reveal that Naruto was still alive. That means they had a one-up on them.
I feel that was kind of dumb to let out, like in case you can't trust him too much or he decides to double cross you, you at least have Naruto around to at least help protect you and stuff.
But
like
I mean, and I know some people will be like, "Oh, but Hadan is dead in filler episodes."
Is he?
Yeah, but from the main story, from what we know,
exactly. But is it like is the filler really canon? Exactly.
So from what we know from the main story of what Ray is implying is that we never saw his body actually dead. We just saw the explosion and then Shikamaru walk off from the trees.
They basically said they left him there to die of malnutrition.
Yeah. So it's just never implied, and he said himself that he can't die.
And so, I would feel like this technology could have been based on his body and his jutsu.
So that is a good possible theory. That's a good theory. And the other theory that me and Ray was talking behind the scenes is that this also be a connection to Kakashi's son, but we saw that being rumor.
That's like we're grasping at straws on that one.
So like here is Ray's theory on the screen, and this is the Kakashi's son off the screen. Like it's really outside the box. It's too stretched out. So that's something that I see maybe in the far future, but there's an interesting theory.
But both of these are just theories. They're not like they're not rooted in any like actual like solid information. It's just me kind of like taking pieces and putting them together. It's like, well, maybe this works.
And by the way, guys, we have not read the line out, so we don't know any information about that. So if you guys want to tell us more about that, we have no problem to read the comments down below and let us know about that. But that's an interesting theory about that. And he took out our man Shikamaru's son in a flash, and the whole group, and the way he used it, his glove as a drug, but using like setup of a magnetic like pulse, I think. And
so I think that was sound. It was that was a tuning fork. It was a tuning fork that had like a high frequency that just like basically disorients all of them.
Yeah, knocks you out.
And then he has like
a drug that has a drug.
It's got needles in it. Yeah, and he drugs Shikadai. And I'm like, okay, that's wild. Then he puts a bomb around my boy's neck in a weird hostage situation type deal. I'm like, oh no.
Because we're running out of time. We need to do this shit. I didn't want to hurt anybody and stuff like that, but I need to talk to you guys and I need to give you this information.
It makes sense though.
Promise me one thing.
It makes sense though of what Sam is saying is because if you're going inside to a village that you're right now in quarantine, not pun intended, and when you can't do much other than you need a kind of hostage to kind of convince and get the attention of the Hokage, aka the right hand of the man, Shikamaru, you need somebody closest to grab and hostage. And it sucks they had to be his son. So that's why I felt like it had to be done.
I mean, so everybody freaks out, and by the way, they revealed one of Ino's clan's like new, I think, evolved versions of their technique, which is they can like connect people their minds together to communicate like instantly now, which I don't think that was something they could do before.
Because I love how he said like, hey, can you link all of us together? She said, you make it sound so easy, but sure. I'm like, so it wasn't that hard then, because you just said sure, well, no problem. So I'm like, I guess you have evolved the technique with it.
Yeah, they've evolved the technique. I would assume that Ino is also much stronger. So for her to be able to do this, and so they're all talking telepathically and communicating, and then they're out there like trying to tell Shikamaru, hey, he's got your kid. Just say good. And so they're like, all right, tell us what you want. And I guess I kind of want to get to it. Like before they're like, oh, well, we could just take him down. Well, they can't take him down because he can voice activate the bomb that's around his neck, and then it's all set to auto detonate in 48 hours. So he thought this through.
He really did.
He wants to do this within 2 days.
And the thing is, they knew exactly. How did they know where they were going to be and that it was going to be him there to do it? They've been planning this. They knew this. It's kind of crazy how much they already knew about the situation, much more than the rest of our characters know. So it's like, well, this ain't good. So basically, I'm gonna just kind of round it out so we can talk about it. He is there to defect to Konoha. And he wants to give them all of the intel on the Kara and Jigen and the Ten Tails and Otsutsuki. So,
and for the people that don't know what defect means, is saying that he's going to betray the Kara clan that right now he's in to actually help the Leaf Village, aka Naruto and the crew. So that's what he's doing. And that's something that actually did a nice twist. I didn't expect that about Amado. Something that
I didn't. I guess I can't say that I didn't expect it. It's just that I didn't expect for them to go about it this way.
like I knew he was always mysterious as a character, the way he was in the background, asking the character what they're doing. He was always watching the cast members do what they do. But I didn't expect for him to just turn a leaf and actually do what he's doing right now and then helping. What's his end goal? So I'm curious about what is his goal out there? What does he get out of this? Is it because he wants the people to survive and not lose against the Ten Tails and Jigen? Or what is it? That's what I'm curious about.
Well, I mean, we still have not a lot of information about the Doctor, and all we know is that he has the upper hand at this point, and he can disarm the bomb if he wants to, but he has to get what he wants first, and he's happy to give all the information about their enemy that's coming after Kawaki and stuff like that, which is a good upper hand to have, because it's not. I think it's Jigen is getting more powerful, or somehow one way or another. And the Doctor can stop him. It's just that I need the time, I need your equipment, and I can do what I need to do. Like, we could just separate right afterwards, but Jigen, if Jigen wins, he gets that power, that vessel that we've been talking about, that we've been hearing, he's coming.
And I love how
something that there shouldn't be coming is coming here, and I don't care if we're friends or enemies, we can't let this guy come into this world.
And that's what I'm curious about, because in the text, I don't know if it's on purpose, but it says Ankara, Karma, Jigen, Ten Tails, and Otsutsuki. So my guess is Jigen and Ten Tails already connected, because he didn't put no Karma on it. So I'm curious, is this more connected to each other already? That's why he's worried that with the Ten Tails actually having its own vessel already as a person, is what I'm curious about. Or is that just of the way he spoke? So I'm very curious about.
I can even think it's that Kara is that he's the brains, he's the creator of Kara. Jigen is a godlike form that's trying to take control and take over, that's using him, and he's using Ten Tails as its power source. And the Otsutsuki clan is literally who Jigen works for, or his god, or someone that he's upper clan that wants to use him as a vessel and stuff. But
Sirens at RN, by the way. So I guess what I want to know is there like, so they're all gods, right?
mm-hmm.
Is there like a main god for them?
The god of a god.
That's what I was thinking.
The god of gods, yeah, like, you know, because something like Kaguya, I guess, you know.
That's what I was wondering. Like, are we gonna see more of the Moon people from what we saw later on? Is I'm just like, is that gonna connect about the Moon clan or anything that's gonna?
But like, I kind of want this to go in a direction that we just have not seen yet, and they're making new lore for the universe. It's kind of what I'm hoping for.
I kind of feel like
if I remember correctly, like back then we thought Jigen was the other half of Kaguya, because with Kaguya and there's supposed to be another Otsugari together.
They're supposed to be. It's how I see it. It's just like the clan of the Hyuga clan, of how how Hinata was the main house, but then we had our man, her cousin Neji. He was the house. The
second,
the house sibling.
Cousin's house.
So yes, the cousin. So that's what I feel like is Kaguya the main house, but it's other cousins in the family of the houses. That's what I feel like with Jigen and the other members are trying to bring back with the Kusuke clan. And I feel like what Ray is saying about the new lore, I feel like they're not bringing new lore, but they're continuing the lore that of the Kaguya and the Kusuke clan.
Yeah.
But they're gonna, spread out into a tree.
And
so technically that would be new lore if they're expanding on it.
Yeah, so that's what I meant. Like, they're expanding the lore more.
More with Kaguya and her village, or that clan or godlike clan, and the tree and the fruit and all that stuff. But
well, I guess to kind of wrap it up, because I know there are a lot of people who are watching this who know a lot more about Boruto lore than I do. So if you guys have some theories, or like you have some information about what we've talked about, put it in the comments below. I know you will, but I want to read it. We'll be commenting. We'll be looking. So put it down below. So I guess rounding this out, this chapter overall, what did you think compared to what we've been getting? Because I feel like this is we're rounding out the end of this arc, which is the Kawaki arc, as I'm guessing. So what do you think?
Myself, I love it. It's heavy information over the Boruto arc. This is my favorite, because it's very informational, it's very interesting, and also without the arc of the Boruto, we wouldn't get this. without our man Naruto getting captured, we wouldn't get this. So all this led up to this exact chapter. So this is my favorite conclusion chapter that we've gotten over the last other arcs. So this was my favorite. I can't wait to see more that happens with chapter 45. And sadly, this chapter, this series is monthly. So sadly, we have to wait for April. So it sucks that it has to wait another time, but I'm very excited for it to come back. Hopefully the sales picks up, or maybe what happened with Kishimoto, he comes back and brings this as a bi-weekly series. So I just want more story, and just to have this, I am feeling for more information about it. So can't wait for chapter 45. This, if I had to rate it a quick, I give a 4.5 out of 5. Or
I can see that. I like that.
It was good. It was a very good chapter.
Sam?
I actually did like this arc. There was so much information, like a lot of good lore connecting to the old series of Naruto and Boruto in the series itself, but also focusing the main characters. Remember, this is Boruto, Kawaki, Sadara, and Mitsuki's. This is technically their time. They're the new Team 7. You have to give us that new story while combining with a little bit of the Naruto lore, and it's doing a great job connecting into this. I'm actually I liked how Boro fight came to be, learning more and confirming that Boruto became the new vessel of Momoshiki, and the whole confirmation of why he got so much more powerful than he is right now than he was before. Learning about the whole Kara clan, learning about Jigen, didn't know about the ten tail still being alive too.
Yeah, that's true. Yep.
And now, like, there's a lot we can go into this, but for sure, this whole entire arc in total, I give it a 4.5 out of 5. This chapter did a great job confirming information, gave us more information that gets us more curious for the next following chapter, which is a great thing to have for any manga. So, but from last chapter, I felt it was a little bit better, maybe because of the action. Maybe we see how the extent of Boruto with Momoshiki's possessions power can be. Literally
That's
kill
true
a
too.
Boro and everything. But this gives you a lot more information, gives you more curious and more theories for it. So I give this chapter a 4 out of 5.
I like this much better than the last chapter. I'm always way more hungry for information than I am for action, especially when the action is limited like it is sometimes in this. But this was the first chapter we've gotten in a while where we got some real action. Like when I say action, I mean like they made our brains work. So
that is true.
I'm like, okay, we got a lot of really cool information. They set up some potentially more interesting information going forward. And I want more of this going forward. So if we can nail that combination of action and information, I think we're in a good place.
Definitely agree. And we lost Sam, but we're about to end. So definitely, guys, that's sad. But
so unfortunately, Sam has died. We'll use the reanimation jutsu the next time to bring him back.
We'll be on the next chapter of chapter 45, because you will see on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Oh, sorry, wrong series.
Wait, wow. Boruto, the next generation. But anyway, if you like this video, go ahead and hit this with a like, because we love Boruto. We really do. Like I want people to pay more attention to this. I want you to read it because it's a really good read. If you like this video, you got to go ahead and subscribe, because we're doing a lot of other incredible things here on Anime Lately. Just to leak a few things, the boys are reading Soul Leveling live on YouTube. We're also going to be reacting to Tower of God next season. We got some real cool stuff boiled up. Who knows? There might be some Dragon Ball Super content coming to the channel
this weekend. Who knows? You guys have to see what you guys want.
Yeah, you have to pay attention to that.
Follow me everywhere. LegendDVash. Follow RayApollo with 2 L's. That's where you can find him. Everything's in the description down below. Comment down below, guys. Thank you very much. Press the notification too. Tell you guys next time.
Say bye, Sam.